Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm coming at you with another hiking video. I'm in Mill Creek Canyon, just outside of Salt Lake City. I'm currently on Desolation Trail, which is going to take me up to the Salt Valley Overlook. It's about 2.5 miles up to the top and then 2.5 back. Beautiful day for a hike. It's sunny, it's about 40 degrees right now, but it's going to get up into the 60s today. We did get a bunch of rain last night, so everything's wet. It's probably going to be muddy once it starts to warm up. Salt Valley Overlook, 2.5 miles. That's where we're heading. I'm not entirely sure what the snow situation is going to be like up at the top here. I don't think it's going to be too bad, just because it's not super high elevation yet, but we'll see. I brought my spikes just in case it does get a little snowy and icy. First 2.5 miles of this trail is I'll switch back up to the overlook, and then hopefully it flattens out. Time for a quick snack break. If you can ever find these granola bars, they are probably one of the best granola bars out there. I don't know what it is about those granola bars, but I can eat those things like candy. They're one of my favorite things to eat. I'm no expert, but that looks to me like a wolf track. I'm just kidding. It's a dog track. This canyon is actually one of the few outside of Salt Lake that actually allow dogs. A lot of the other ones don't allow dogs because the snow and the water runoff from those canyons are actually what feed part of Salt Lake Valley for their drinking water. So they don't want dogs polluting the water. Well, I've hit the snow. I'm not sure what I'm at elevation wise, probably around 6,500 if I had to guess. But it rained pretty much all week down in the valley, which means it snowed up here. And this is pretty well packed down. So they must not have gotten too much snow, but one of the biggest problems I have when I'm hiking is I like to take in the scenery. I like to watch for wildlife, just absorb the mountains. But I also have a hard time walking when I'm not paying attention where I'm stepping, especially out here with all the rocks and roots. I usually end up tripping. Whoa. I usually end up tripping quite frequently, which is why I'm constantly looking at the trail when I'm stepping. And as you probably just noticed, I slipped a little bit here because the snow's getting a little bit deeper and a bit more icy. So I'm not sure if I want to put the spikes on yet or not. Looks like it flattens out here. Super, super slick. Snow got better there for a second, but it looks like it's coming back right up here. I didn't put the spikes on. I don't think I'm going to, but I think I'm definitely probably going to need them on the way down, because coming down is always harder than going up, especially when you're trying to hold yourself back from sliding. Spikes come in really, really handy for that. And the trail that I'm coming down looked like a complete sheet of ice when I went, from what I could see from this trail. I've been on trail for about an hour now, so I'm guessing I've probably gone maybe a mile and a half, somewhere in there. So we should be getting somewhat close to the top here. I don't know if I'm going to leave that in or not, but as you saw, it's a little bit slick. That was me coming back to get the camera from the shot of me walking away, and got a little bit slippery. I just passed some people that were heading back down, so that means I'm getting somewhat close to the top here. I think this is it. I think this is the overlook for Salt Lake City. Let's take a look. Not sure how well the camera will pick it up, but that's the Salt Lake Valley. No smog today either, which really helps. Really couldn't have asked for a better day to hike. Well, we gotta do the destination ritual and chill out here for a while, eat a granola bar and rehydrate. So that's what I'm gonna do. Round two. That peak right there is Grandeur Peak. I almost did that one today, but since I've already done it, I decided not to. You can look way out there and see the Great Salt Lake. And then this canyon down here is called Mill Creek Canyon, which is where I started this morning. So the trail that I came up on goes down over this side. I think there's another trail that goes up this way around this canyon a little bit and then comes back down to where I started, which is down there. So I'm gonna try to do that and see if I can, but there might be too much snow, so we'll see. It's about 10:30, so it took me probably about an hour and a half to get up to this overlook here, which isn't too bad considering I was filming and stuff. So we'll see how long it takes to get down. It's gonna be probably about the same amount of distance if I can go this other trail to get down. So should probably make it down in at least an hour and a half, as long as everything goes well. You see what these are? Those, my friends, are moose tracks. So we'll keep a dandy eye out for those. They look a little old, maybe yesterday or the day before, but thankfully I just passed somebody that came down. I'm not sure why they turned around, but well, this is where she turned around. I suppose we'll keep venturing on to see if we can keep on trail here. I'm not too entirely sure where it goes, but it's kind of self-explanatory, I hope. If not, I'll just follow my tracks back. This is slow going for sure, but it's pretty nice out here. There's no one else out here. No one's been on this trail, and I don't even know if anyone's been on this trail at all this winter. It's definitely gonna take me longer to get down, but I know it's like a mile and a half or so, mile and a half to the junction of the other trail, Desolation Trail, and that is definitely a lot more use. So once we get to there, it should be all right. Well, down there's where we came from, and I just crossed this and came up here. Now we're heading back this way. stomping my foot here to get a good packed foothold. Because sometimes if you just lightly tap it, and then when you put all your weight on it, it goes out from underneath of you. I think once we get out of this north-facing slope here, we'll be all right. Because there's no snow on south-facing slopes right now. And I think we're getting close, hopefully. Looks at that. That's where we just gotta cross over to this other side. Bad. Luckily, the parts that have already been hit by the sun today are the worst. This little section here has not been, so it's still pretty well frozen. Ooh, I'm in a bush. I see a sign up here. Let's see what that says. Mount Olympus Wilderness. Come around the corner here to a south-facing slope, so there's a little less snow, which is nice. I think all we got to do is go up and around this, and then the trail that I'm looking for is right over there. That's a good amount of snow. But thankfully it's not as steep as the last couple have been. Well, just took a little bit of a spill. Thankfully whoa! But this nice little log right here caught my weight, so if not, I would have been in that tree. Bye-bye. I don't really like the looks of this. All this snow that's balled up and went down this very steep hill here. So I think I might try to go up and around this tree to avoid having to cross this. Just need to get right over there. I'm trying to avoid that. So I came up this with a little more dirt footing instead of snow, which I think was the right call. Because this is sketchy. This is the last sketchy part, I think. I can see the corner of the mountain right up there, and then it goes back around this side, and hopefully there's a lot less snow because that's a south-facing side. So I'm gonna attempt to do this, but I think I'm gonna put the camera down, and because I'm gonna need both my hands. Oh, well, I made it through, but we're not out of the dark yet. Got this section here. I think we've got to be getting close. I know I've been saying that, but well, I gotta be honest here, I'm not too sure if I went past the other trail that I was supposed to turn onto, because this trail that I'm on just continues up the mountain, and that's not where I want to go. So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, see if maybe I can find a trail. If not, I might just ditch down to the bottom of the valley and bushwhack that all the way back, because I'm not going back the way I came. That was way too sketch. This is where I came to. This is where I stopped. And I'm not sure. I mean, the trail definitely goes up this canyon. And I'm almost thinking that maybe this is the junction, but I'm not entirely sure. I definitely don't want to keep going uphill. There's no signage or anything. So I think I'm just gonna send it down. Get to the bottom and walk the canyon out. And eventually it'll come to that trail at some point. But I know that trail's down there because it winds off. Because it goes up this canyon. And I took the right and went up the hill. I don't have any cell service to check all trails, so I think we're just gonna send it. See what happens. This is 100% not the right way. But I just want to get to the bottom and walk that canyon out. So we're just taking her slow. So far, it actually hasn't been that bad. There's definitely a little more than a couple inches of snow underneath me. I sunk into my knee at one point. Well, I'll be dang. There is a trail down here, believe it or not. I was actually starting to think there really wasn't. But you can see how deep the snow is. So that's cool. But the trail's right here. I can see it. I just gotta get there. Look at that. Pulled my shoe right off. Thank gosh. It was right up this canyon. Well, it feels really good to be on this trail for sure. But I'm gonna throw the spikes on because it's pretty slick. There we go. That is way easier. I know what I just did was very stupid, and I should have turned around well before I even got to some of those sketchy parts. But no matter where you're hiking, make sure you always know where to go or how to get back if you needed to without a GPS, without a map. Know where you parked, know what other trails are in the area. So if you did have to ditch off the trail like I did, you know what's down there, or what's up there, or what's over there, wherever you gotta go. Thankfully, I've hiked around these mountains a little bit and know the area and knew where I needed to get to if I had to. And make sure you're always prepared for a situation where maybe you can't get back down. What are you gonna do? Hopefully everybody knows that they have the option to call 911 on their cell phone without having service. I always carry survival stuff even in my day pack. Got a first aid kit, got a fire starter. I always carry extra food, utility knife, pretty much anything or everything that I would need to survive at least a night out here if I needed to. Thankful for these spikes. Well, I was expecting the overlook to be the highlight of this hike, but the almost getting lost and having to bushwhack my way down the side of a mountain, I guess, is probably a little more exciting than that. Would you look at that, we're already at the bottom. That was a lot faster coming down, thankfully. That's definitely gonna do it for this video. So don't hesitate to drop a comment, tell me how irresponsible I have been. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.